Hi guys, welcome to Crypto Lighting. It's your boy Paul. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and smash the like button. Share the link to your friends and family that are just coming into crypto space. And let's build these channels together. Yeah, let's talk about what is going on in the market. What are the where to look at concerning BTC bottom? In my own opinion, like I always said, and concerning how the market is moving. Let's check about indicator, the matrix that show about BTC concerning where the bottom is and where we are going and how far are we going to be here for long time. Is it a year or 6 months or within 3 months? We are still going to have a huge rally. And let's see what is going on in crypto space about the new adoption going on and so many things that is going on the ground on crypto space and a lot of things that we need to pay attention concerning is about the dollar rate that is moving up and down and the number and the market value also, and we should know about the narrative about are we going to see more dip in this week more than before or are we going up, and Michael Saylor his own opinion concerning BTC and where we are still going. We talk about a little about it, guys. For example, let's look at how the chart is going on one day, and because this one day chart now we see BTC around 17,600. Even the moving average, the the RSI also declined, and even nobody expected all this before. The BTC is still going to retest more than 20,000 range. But now, unfortunately, that is how markets move at times. Nobody know where the bottom is at times. That is how we should all bear it in mind that we might see more draw at the rate of 20,000 in my own opinion, because when I was checking about this chart, this is where my own next support is going to be. This is where my own next support is going to be, because I see BTC at this range where we had a huge rally up around 2 years ago, and which is 16,500, and we are almost near 16,500. Could 16,500 BT be the last bottom for BTC, or we are still going to retest back to 12,000 rates over here? Because many people are still talking about 12,500 and so on. It depends on how the market move, and because in as much that we have declined from here, which is 28,000, let's say 29,000 approximately, we have declined from here because we retest this place in 2021 4 times, which is I have this matrix here where I've been indicated for so long, which is the first one is here before we have a huge rally up to 37,000, even close to 40,000 before we have a huge rally to 460,000. And now another one here, we drop down from 60,000, we retest it back, and we retest again here, we retest 29,000 here in multiple, like 4 times here, and even the 5 times that happen in this year before we have a decline. Because when we test this side, I was saying that definitely maybe we have been in the bottom over here, but we decline it to 26,000, and from here that's when we have the scenario of Luna crashing on UST. We have Satios also coming on after Luna crash. A lot of industry, a lot of crypto industry are being liquidated, and are, people are panicking, removing their money from Diva and so on. That's where we are seeing all these major drop. And now, this is the place that we need to pay attention to, which is in 16,500. If we test this in this way, that means that if we can't hold it well, we are still coming down more. And how long are we going to survive this bear market? That is where the question is. And how can you have the patience? That is how the most important thing, that you just do this here on your favorite token and you pay attention and relax, because like yet they like what this guy is talking about, the 200 weekly moving average simple moving average has declined, and this is where we should now put attention to, because now we're already declining and nobody know where BTC is going. Also, even the RSI is also, nobody know where the button is going, because this is another button, this is another button, and we test another bottom from BTC former autumn high in 2017, and which is crazy. That is where people have been panicking and be talking about, are we still coming down more? And even I was even talking to someone, that person, I don't even know that many people are still expecting BTC to come to the rate of 7,000, 6,000 for them to buy, because they miss it out. Even me also, I miss it at that rate. But fortunately, nobody know. But if you pay attention to how many address holding that hold 0.01 BTC are getting new autumn high, over 10 million addresses, that means that people are stocking up. Even people that didn't have money to buy one BTC, doing DCA on it, and we can see how it's increasing every day. That's the reason why you don't need to sleep on BTC and some major altcoin also. And even say, if you see the volume of the USDT that is coming and declining for the past 6 months now, we can see that even the current total market cap for stable coins sits at $155 billion as at now. And now we have been experiencing a step decline since earlier of May this year, dropping from 883.2 billion to 667 billion. Now that is 19.4% drop because of panicking of people. And now we can see USDT also grow from 48 billion to 56 billion. That is 15% decrease, because of the peg of USDT also. But the USDT has a flat money backup that is making it to be strong more. Even if it declines to 9.99, it's still going to come back to its normal $1, which is in normal $1 as of now. And we should just pay attention to the narrative of what is going on in the crypto space, the level of adoption that is happening in the crypto space. And even if you see CC was saying the last tweet yesterday was, it's always a big market, which is true. You just need to pay attention, make research. This is an opportunity for you to make research on any investment that you want to put your money into, and which is the great opportunity, because in bull market nobody have any patience of doing research. You just want to make money and leave. You just want to make money and leave, and that's the mistake that many of us are making. Before, even me also, I was victim them, but fortunately I tried to study how the narrative of the market is going, and to study more, do more research in everything that I want to invest my money into. And even a lot of things is happening in crypto space. Is it Binance that have license in Dubai? Is it in France also? You can see adoption of crypto space, El Salvador government, a lot of things that is happening in the crypto space that make us to believe that crypto is going nowhere. Even Bitcoin cannot go to zero, no matter how, because people are adopting BTC secretly that they didn't let us to know, especially all these big men that miss it out. You can see even Binance yesterday was announcing a star zero fees trading on Bitcoin, a lot of things, so that you can attract the blockchain and attract people to come into crypto space, which is very normal. And you can see how the breakdown of BTC as of June 2022 is, and as of today you can see BTC in 21,000. 1 year ago was 31,600. 2 years ago was, as at yesterday date, which is 21st, and you can see 2 years ago 9,000, 3 years ago 10,000, 4 years ago 6,000. That means it's telling us that 9 years ago, that is 110. People that hold BTC from there now, you see how much gain they have now. 110 9 years ago. You see how crazy it is, and BTC is still sitting around 21,000. That means a lot of people are still bullish on BTC. A lot of people are still bullish on BTC. That is how it works. Patient and patient, And when you see you have made a lot of profit on your investment, when the next bull run comes, try to take some profit so that when anything happens, you can try to recover back to buy more deep. That's just the only advice that I can give to anyone. But I'm not a financial advice. Do your own research. I'm just a YouTuber that see a good potential and bring to you guys and make you guys to know what is going on and bring my own opinion concerning BTC and where I think it can edge to. Even Ethereum also, you can see how Ethereum also declined to 895. Even if anybody tell me, I would say it's a lie that Ethereum can break 1000 because of the level of the adoption, but because of the serious things that happen, because they are one of the industry that owed a lot of BTC and they didn't want to be liquidated. They need to sell some Ethereum also because they owed a lot of Ethereum in their portfolio, and that is the main issue. And all these companies are trying to do their best to able to sustain their peak, not to get liquidated. Even Michael Saylor is still saying that it's bullish. And if this man is saying that it's bullish and that have 2.8 billion on BTC, what of BTC, and a lot of speculation talking about it's going to get liquidated at 3,500, and this man is still talking that he's still going to be continue buying more. And if K is not talking, this man will be the largest holding of BTC in the world, and it will be the major focus that people is going to focus on him concerning BTC if the next bull run come, because it's going to make a fucking billions on it. That's the way me and you supposed to pay attention, that if people like this can hold BTC till now and still have confidence that even if it comes to 3,500, that is a great opportunity for me and you definitely to be able to adopt BTC in our own way, so that when the next bull run come out, it can change our life more better. You can just listen to a little bit of what he's saying.
And what about sitting on paper losses of what, $1 billion in the Bitcoin portfolio? Can I just confirm that you've not sold any? So it is paper losses, it's not been crystallized?
No, we're not a Satoshi. We're committed for the long term. I think you got to step back and look at the big picture. The S&P's got the worst start since 1970, so we're witnessing the birth of a new industry during the worst financial crisis of 50 years. If you roll the clock back to 1900, there were 3,000 car companies. When Spindletop was discovered in Beaumont, Texas in 1901, 1,500 oil companies were launched in a single year. Lots of them went bust, 99%. But the rest is history. We've got cars. Oil business is a huge business. It changed the future of the world. And if you look back 100 years, no one's going to remember who made money or losing money building New York City. And I think that people that understand Bitcoin understand that this is the same thing. This is a totally new industry.
There's many comments I could make there. I guess the great financial crisis could be argued to be the biggest financial crisis that we've seen over the last 50 years. But I think the bigger point here is that this is going to hang around for longer. What you said is that people understand that, but the problem is many people don't. And if you look at some of the events that we've seen over the past month, it plays into all the stereotypes of this being the Wild West, deeply unregulated, over-leveraged. Can you sympathise with those that look at this and say, I never understood it, it's obviously going to zero, and it's completely corrupt, and this proves it, the bubble popped?
Okay, well, from first principles, Bitcoin is digital energy. It's incorruptible, indestructible, programmable. It lasts forever. And, the average person has to sift through thousands of stocks, thousands of coins, thousands of investment properties. All of these have risk. There's a lot of confusion. But one thing we're not confused about is that Bitcoin's 100 times bigger than the next digital energy network. It's the dominant one. And, if you're looking at it as an investor, well, what is your choice? You can't dollar cost average into commercial real estate. You can't stockpile oil for the next decade. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is something that you can accumulate monthly. You can keep it for your entire life. And so it's fundamentally different than anything that's come before it.
Michael, I understand everything you're saying, and I think the big sigh ahead of you saying that said everything about the questions that I'm asking. But again, I'd go back to the people that have never invested in this, and that's the vast majority of investors out there still. And they look at this and say, just because Bitcoin, as an example, is way bigger than the other, 19,000 digital currencies or tokens out there, doesn't make it a good investment prospect. So I guess I asked the same question, and you have to give me a different answer, and I apologize for that. Does Bitcoin go back up, and does it take regulation of all kinds to get us there, to rule out some of the obvious criticisms that have been pushed over the last 2 months?
Yeah, I think it's clear that people are confused, and regulation will be constructive because clarity will help the market mature. The people are confused about what's a currency, what's a commodity, what's a security, what are tokens. There's 19,000 cryptos out there. I think we can see in the crypto crash that the average investor has been taken advantage of by traders and by wildcat crypto banks. And as the regulators come in and they clear up this confusion and they introduce rules of the road, it's going to be good for mainstream investors. It's going to be good for corporations. It will catapult the industry from the entrepreneur.
Guys, I see you guys next time. And in next video concerning BTC and where we think, let's see how this week works out, because this week is going to be a very important week concerning BTC and where the button is still going to be, so that we all know where we are going to. And be safe out there, especially if you are a future trader. Be safe and avoid being liquidated, and have patience. Thank you guys. See you guys next time. One love.